Hi guys, this is Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a new video where I am shopping my stash for a new release. So the new release that I am talking about is the Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is called the Sunset Collection, okay? So I decided that I was interested in one of the two quads that Anastasia Beverly Hills was coming out with, but then I just kind of like took a look back. I was like, wait, let's take a step back. Wait. You have these colors. And then it came even more apparent when I was sitting there looking at one of my Z palettes with a lot of my color Raine shadows in there. I was just like, I definitely have this quad. So the quad actually retails for $32. I'm gonna just kind of scooch over so I can put a little picture of the quad right here. The quad retails for $32, and I'm actually reading from the Trend Mood 1 Instagram account website right now. And it says it includes 3 all new cool eyeshadow shades and 1 fan favorite shade, Birkin, housed in a moody dust inspired palette, plus 2 new exclusive holographic shades of lip gloss. So they're actually, the quad retails for $32 and the lip glosses retail for $16. So Anastasia individual shadows, I believe they retail generally for $12. So this is not like a terrible deal when we're talking about $32 for a quad, even though that seems very pricey when we're talking about quads, considering that her new 12 pan or what is it, 14 pan eyeshadow palettes are retailing for $42, or I think maybe one it might be $45 now at this point. But I was just really like intrigued in the Sunset collection more so than the daytime collection, just because I was like drawn to the blue and I really like matte grays. But then I was just like, wait, you have these shades, girl. You have these shades. And it became more apparently clear when I was sitting there looking at my Z palette where I have a lot of my colored Raine singles, and I was just like, this is 3 out of the 4 shades right here. And I was like, well, I don't have this particular blue, but that didn't make me like, oh, I need to run out and get it. But then I thought about it in my Pat McGrath Dark Star palette, which actually looks like this. I have this pretty blue right here, which is on my lids right here. And then I even think about it, I have 3 shades right here in this particular palette. So I'm just like, so I kind of have the shades, like if not once, twice over. And then I also have it in this blue in this Fenty Beauty palette that I purchased at Christmas. This palette, I did do a video on this right here. So even though the blues in these particular palettes are a little bit more sparkly, but it just proves that we don't always need every single color or every single new release, because a lot of times we have it. And if you have any sizable makeup collection like me, you probably already have the shades, and we don't need to run out and buy everything. A lot of times it might not be the exact color, but it's enough to just like, okay, that's equivalent to this. Like, I don't need to purchase this because these shades right here are close enough to these particular new shades in this palette. I mean, and sometimes that holds true and sometimes that doesn't, but for this particular quad, I feel like the shades are very dupable. I felt like this, but then I watched Kelsey Brianna's Jade's video, and then once I saw her demo the quad, I was like, girl, I got this in my collection about 5-6 times over. And then when some of the way the shades perform, I was like, I definitely have better options than purchasing this ABH quad. I have made it no secret, I like ABH's formula, but I'm not like, oh my God, it's a holy grail. It's not to me. We have a love-hate relationship. Sometimes we get along, sometimes we don't, and that's what it is. So I'm gonna go over the shades that I picked out to kind of complete my quad, and I really only focused on the Sunset collection because that was the one, if I purchased a quad, that was gonna be the quad I purchased. So I picked out my shadows right here, and then I'm gonna go ahead and demo this look and show you my 2 lip gloss options while I am demoing this look. So the first shade that I have in this palette, in my little made up quad right here, is the shade Who Me. And Who Me is actually a shade by Colored Raine, and this is a single shadow that you can purchase all the time. Okay, Colored Raine single shadows, they usually retail for about $8. I was able to catch these on sale, so I always watch the website for a sale because I got them half off. Okay, so Who Me is going to go in place of the shade Streak. So this is Who Me. Okay, so the second shade in my quad is called Gingerbread, right here. It's okay, y'all. It's okay. It's all right. Okay, so this is the shade Gingerbread by Raine, and this is also a single shadow that you can purchase all the time. And this is just a mid-tone, cool tone camel brown. See, it looks so close to my skin complexion. Barely even tell. So this is going to go in place of the shade Birkin. Then with my third shade for my quad, I am having, this is called Misty Nights, and this is actually from the Lovelies Colored Rain palette. I actually depotted that palette and put it in the Z palette, and this is going to take the place of the shade called Horizon. Just like make sure I don't put it on top of Gingerbread. In this, you could just use any cool tone gray matte that you have. This is one that came to mind, and there's also one in the Dark Star palette. Okay, and then from the Dark Star palette, this is going to take the place of the shade called Blue Flash. This is the Pat McGrath Dark Star palette. Now, this is not really an exact dupe for it, but like I said, it's close enough. We don't need to spend all our coins. Okay. And this is the color Blue Flash. So these are the swatches of my quad, so stay tuned for the demo. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I have my shadows laid out that I showed you guys before. I have my eyebrows filled in with the ABH brow definer in the shade Caramel, and my eyes primed with the Urban Decay Primer Potion in the shade Caffeine. So first I'm going to go in with my Sephora Pro number 10 brush right here, and I'm going to go ahead and take the shade Gingerbread, or you could take any medium kind of warm tone brown color like it. And I'm just going to apply this back and forth motions in my crease as a transition color. Okay, so now that I have that gingerbread color down, I'm gonna go into this color called Misty Nights. This color is actually from the Colored Rain Lovelies palette, like I said before, or you could take any gray color you have. I'm gonna use the same brush, which is that Sephora Pro number 10 brush. And I'm just gonna go a little bit under my crease, and I'm gonna apply this all over my whole eyelid. So about right here, so making sure that gingerbread is covered. It's not covered, and you can still see that, and I'm going to bring this down to my lower eyelid, and I'm going to kind of wing it out right here. I'm just going to blend it out over the gingerbread shade. I don't want to cover the whole gingerbread shade, but I do want to blend it down onto my eyelid. And when I get to my other part of my eyelid, I'm actually going to change brushes. I'm going to bring that into the inner corner. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and change to the Sephora flat shader brush right here. It's literally called an eyeshadow brush from their magnetic line. This line is so nice if you haven't tried the brushes from there. And I'm just going to go ahead and pack this color onto my eyelid. And then just close your eyelid. Like if you have folds like me, just like make sure you stretch all the way up to make sure that you have eyeshadow in all those little folds and creases. Okay, so now that I have those two colors laid down, I'm going to go in with the blue shade, and I'm going to go ahead and take my Urban Decay Moon Dust brush right here, and I'm going to go in with this shade from the Pat McGrath palette just because it's the most similar that I have. And this shade is called I believe it's called Interstellar right here, and this is from her Christmas collection right here. This is the Pat McGrath Mothership Subliminal Dark Star. I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit of this. It can be a little bit muted, but you know, it has a small little purple shift. But the point is, we're duping, and it's not an exact dupe, but we're just making good on our collection. And I'm just gonna kind of put this in the middle. And I'm just gonna focus it mainly on my mobile eyelid. Then I'm going to go ahead and take this MAC 224S brush. This is my new one from their new synthetic line. And I'm just going to go ahead and just fix up my blending there. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and clean up the under eye and put my mascara in the rest of my face, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I finished up my face, and I will leave the makeup details down below. I did use the Anastasia Amrezy highlighter and my Too Faced Tutti Frutti foundation. And then for the waterline, I used this Silkemy L'Oreal pencil in the shade Plum on the bottom waterline, and I used my Colourpop black mascara in the shade Black on Black, okay? I didn't want to do any lashes, so we're going to go ahead with the last shade in our little Shop My Stash quad, and it's from Raine. It's called Who Me. It looks like this right here. And I'm going to go ahead and take that same Moon Dust brush, Urban Decay Moon Dust brush. Actually, no, I'm going to change brushes. And I'm going to go ahead with this little, it's just a little eyeshadow brush, okay? And I'm going to go ahead, this is like a metallic finish shade. And I'm just going to go ahead and push this on the lower waterline. And just give a little different, interesting effect. And I'm going to kind of bring it up right there. And I'm definitely going to bring it up closer to the inner corner of my eye and drag it along the rest. And I'm doing a tiny little bit right here in the inner corner. And I'm actually, now that I see what this looks like, didn't quite execute how I wanted it to, so that's fine. You know, things like that happen sometimes. But I'm going to go back in with the shade Interstellar. Right here, just the blue. And I'm going to pick it up. I'm just going to mix it in. Okay, now I'm going to go in with my Colourpop mascara and just hit the bottom lash line. And I must say, this mascara is very big to go underneath your bottom waterline if your lashes are small like mine. It takes a lot. Okay, and then we're gonna go in with some lip options because I searched my collection and I had some of those too. Okay, for lip, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this Magenta lip liner by MAC. Okay, and I had to go put my earrings on. And for lip 1, we're going to do, this is Like Venus by MAC Cosmetics. It is a Dazzleglass. And this is with the first lip option. And now I'm gonna reline my lips again with that same lip liner, Magenta by MAC. Okay, and the second color I have is by MAC. It is also a Dazzleglass and it's called Comet Blue. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull you guys out and we can talk about this look. Okay, so this is the final look. I mean, I'm very pleased with it. I think if I had bought the Anastasia quad, I don't think I would have been able to achieve any difference. So this is why I stopped myself and I was like, let me take a hard look at this. Do I really need this, Ashleigh? Okay, so I was going back and looking at the pictures of the videos I created when I use this particular palette right here. Not to mention the Fenty Beauty palette. And you know, this is the Fenty Beauty palette I'm talking about. So I did do a video with this on my channel. And it had this particular blue right here. So I said to myself, like, you know, I love a good matte gray. I have this particular matte gray from Raine. I was looking at my Raine shadows and I was just like, wait. I have three out of the 4 shades literally right here. And all I have to add in is that one particular blue, which, you know, this past fall, blue was all the rave, basically in every palette. In the fall, it was like blue, and then kind of dead. In the winter, we switched over to teal as the pop of color in our palettes. So I just felt like if I had bought that quad, there's only so many looks I could do. Like, of course, that blue is not as foiled or not as sparkly as this particular one. I didn't wet it where it could definitely show more of the purple shift to it, but I just felt like it wasn't a good addition to my collection. It's $32. I mean, this was $55 alone. I did get this during the sale, the VIB sale, so I did get what, 20% off, but still, even still with the $32, I think it just didn't add enough value to my collection. There's only so many looks you can get. There's 4 shades. Of course, you're going to use one as a transition color. The blue is going to be the star of the show. But if you already have it in your collection and it's not really going to bring any type of value, it's no sense in buying it. And I'm not saying that just to like beat up on the idea, because I think the quads are actually a great idea. I just wish it could have been something different. Now, like I said, I just really mainly focused on the nighttime quad because that was the one I was most interested in. The warm tone, the daytime one, it just really did not catch my eye like the nighttime one. And I think it's because I am drawn to a gray matte and I am drawn to that particular blue. And then I was thinking about it, I was like, even the Dazzleglasses, I have these in my collection. So I just, sometimes, you know, we just need to take a step back. We need to look in our collection. Maybe we need to open up some of the palettes because it's not staring at us right there in one particular palette. But I'm sure a lot of us have, if you're anything like me, I'm sure a lot of us have these colors. I mean, that you can just go ahead and open up this particular palette real quick, open up this particular palette real quick. Is it a little bit inconvenient? Yes, but if you're going to be at home and you're not traveling, just take the time. I mean, your wallet will thank you. I mean, at the end of the day, if anybody's gonna thank you, your wallet will thank you. So I'm just glad that I was able to dupe a new release, because a lot of times we just get so hung up on like, oh my god, I have to have it, it's by ABH, no, this one's by this particular brand, this one's by this particular brand. But a lot of times we just need to just take that step back before we purchase. So I'm glad I was just really able to dupe a new release, and it's just showing you like maybe you do have these colors in your collection too. And I think that the shades that came out with are very dupeable. I kind of thought that before, but then after I looked at Kelsey Brianna J's video, I was like even more confirmed, like these quads are dupeable. If you have any sizable makeup collection, you have these shades. Maybe you just need a pop of blue in your life, or maybe you just need a good fun rose gold shade to add to your collection. But other than that, they're very much dupeable. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and maybe it inspired you to check out your collection. So just let me know down below if you're going to pick up the palettes or not, or if you're just going to try to dupe this in your own collection. So let me know down below in the comment section, and give this video a big thumbs up and turn on your notification bell so you know when I upload another video, which will be very soon. And I hope that you guys are having a good year and a good day. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye. My chair dance, you know, a video's not complete unless I do the chair dance. value to